What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another squad builder here on my channel. This is the second one I've done. I had a lot of fun making the first one. That was my Russian Premier League side. If you didn't see that one, go back and check it out. I had a lot of fun making that one, so I decided to go ahead and make another one. And this is my non-rare Barclays Premier League side. So I know it's not career mode, I know you guys prefer that, but I had a lot of fun making the first one. I really do enjoy these type of videos, so I decided to make another one. And yeah, it's my non-rare BPL side, and hopefully you guys will enjoy it. But anyway, yeah, we start off with Tim Howard in goal for this squad, and now this is a very solid defensively set up squad. It's a 4-4-2, of course, and it starts right from the back in Tim Howard, who is, well, so far my favourite goalkeeper to use on FIFA 14. This guy is incredible. He's 81 rated, his stats are very well balanced. In general, he is an absolutely incredible shot stopper. His reflexes are insane. I think the best thing about him is his positioning. You know, he always seems to be in dead centre in his goal, never seems to be caught out by chips or anything really. And he's just a really solid goalkeeper. I had a lot of fun using Howard. I never thought it would be this easy to get clips with a goalkeeper, but to be honest, I lost track of the amount of world-class saves he made. He truly was fantastic, and he is a must for any non-rare BPL side. He is definitely the best goalkeeper out there for your non-rare BPL sides. But yeah, Howard is the goalkeeper, and then we move on to our left back, and we use Nacho Monreal of Arsenal, the Spanish left back. He is a very capable left back. I always find the fullbacks the hardest players to get clips for in a squad builder, but Monreal is okay. His defensive side was very good. If I remember correctly, he's got a high defensive work rate, which is fantastic, and a medium attack work rate. But just because of that, it doesn't mean he's just completely defensively solid. He's also very good at coming up the pitch and putting in great balls. That's a fantastic cross. I think his crossing is 80 or something like that, and it's very solid, and he's very good at both attacking and defending. So Monreal is my left back. Then we move on to our first of two centre backs, and I use Vlad Chiriches of Spurs. Now he's a new signing for Spurs, of course, under AVB. He's a Romanian centre back, and I'm sure all of you guys know who he is because he does have 82 pace. He cost me just a few hundred coins, and for that amount he was just absolutely solid. His defensive side was incredible. You know, sometimes you find a fast centre back and you find especially because he's got a high attacking work rate as well, sometimes you find a fast centre back and you can tell they're not very solid defensively, they're more offensively based. But to be honest, you know, Chiriches with both a high attacking and defensive work rate, he was an absolute steal with 82 pace on his card. I mean, you're not going to go wrong there. So really enjoyed using Chiriches. And then we move on to Sylvain Distin. Now, I had this guy back in FIFA 13. I used him in my Our Squad series. He was a really capable centre back. Now there are a lot I could have used. Players like Sebastian Besson was a very good shout that I was very, you know, highly considering, but I decided to go with Sylvain Distin because I used him in FIFA 13. It was fantastic, and he seems just as capable in FIFA 14. Some incredibly solid stats, a real defensive warrior. I think he's 6'4" in terms of height, some decent pace as well. Really solid centre back to use. Had a lot of fun using Distin. There are a lot of Everton players, I do know that, but Distin was one of my favourites to use. Then we move on to the right back, and we use Debuchy, the Frenchman, so he links nicely with Distin. Plays for Newcastle, of course, and he's a solid player. He's a very solid card. Again, fullbacks don't often find him to be very easy to get footage for, but he's still a very solid card. Defensively, he's got the game sewn up pretty well. He does have a high attacking work rate too, which means he does bomb down that right flank quite a lot, but he does have the crossing to match. As you can see here, it's a lovely crossing towards Aruna Kone. So Debuchy, very solid fullback. Could have gone with Jones, could have gone with Raphael. There are a couple to choose from, but I chose Debuchy, and I'm pretty pleased I did because he was very good to use. Then we move on to left midfield, and we use Steven Pienaar, again another Everton player. He's of course South African, and this guy is very good. Now again, there are some good options to use on the left wing. I could have used Scott Sinclair of West Brom at the moment, currently on loan from Man City. I could have used Sinclair. I know a lot of people use Sinclair because he is very pacey at 88 pace, but Pienaar, you know, despite having what looks like relatively low pace at 73, I think it is, he's very quick. He's very agile as well. His crossing is fantastic. He's got 4-star skills and a 4-star weak foot, so despite being a right-footed player on the left side of midfield, he's perfectly capable of crossing in with both his left and his right foot and getting some good assists as well. So Pienaar is a very solid player. I had a lot of fun using him, and yeah, he was very good, very good, surprisingly, because the stats on his card for a left midfielder may not have been as good as some you could have chose between. But Fernandinho is the next player, the first of two centre centre midfielders. Now, Fernandinho is a very, very solid player. He's the most expensive one. He costs 5,550, I think it was. Of course, I did get a chemistry star with him, but he was decent. He was very decent. I wasn't expecting, amazing things of him, despite being the most expensive. But he seemed like that player, just like Axel Witsel in my Russian Premier League side, the type of player that is, better just playing simple passes than defense splitting through balls. He's got that game, set up. His passing is very accurate, but he seems best when he's just playing simple passes and just being a bit of a dictator. He has got medium for both attacking and defensive work rate, but he's a very solid CM. There's not really much you can say other than that. He's a very solid CM, and he seems to complement his CM partner very well as well, because Kevin De Bruyne is actually a natural CAM for Chelsea. The Belgian is actually a natural CAM, so if you want to play him in this formation, you've got to convert him down, or do what I did and just find a CM on the market. And now this is why I liked Fernandinho, because he didn't bomb up the pitch. De Bruyne's got a high attacking work rate, 5-star weak foot, 4-star skills, and he is the type of player that unlocks the defence. Fernandinho plays the simple passes, and De Bruyne plays the extravagant, really, really solid defence splitting through balls. So they're a very solid CM partnership to have. That's why I liked using Fernandinho and De Bruyne. Both of them had both of their sides of the game summed up really well. Fernandinho, not defensive, but more a player that would sit back and let De Bruyne just unlock the opposition defences. So De Bruyne was a great player to use. Then we move on to Kevin Morales. Now you can see his stats here: 12 games, 9 goals, and 4 assists for me. 4-star weak foot, 4-star skills, cost me 2.4k. And for a right midfielder, you're not going to ask for much more than that. He was, without doubt, in my opinion, the best player to use in this team. Last time it was, of course, Traore. This is Morales this time. His skills were fantastic. A 4-star weak foot meant that despite being a right-footed player on the right mid that likes to cut inside, his left foot was perfectly fine, finessing or powering it into the bottom corner. He was a really, really solid card. I absolutely loved using Morales. Without doubt, my favourite player, and I'm sure if you use him, you'll understand why. Of course, I did get a chemistry style on him that was Deadeye, but of course, you combine with a basic chemistry style, and I'm sure it'll perform just as good. But the 4-star skills are without doubt the best thing, and like I say, despite being a right footer on that right side, it does mean when he cut inside, he's using his weaker left foot. He's got a 4-star weak foot, so he's going to be just as capable. I mean, most of his goals came with his left foot, so in general, he was a solid player to use. He really was, and goals, assists, pace, everything about his game was fantastic. I just really enjoyed using Morales, and even if you're not using a non-rare BPL side, just a regular BPL side or a regular Belgian side, you can still put Morales in there and he'll perform. He's really, really decent. Then we move on to our striking partnership, and the first one of two is Josie Altidore, the American that plays for Sunderland. Now, Altidore, of course, his biggest asset is his strength. He is such a strong forward. I think his strength is 88, I think it is. Really, really strong and good in the air as well. He's 6'2", great attacking positioning, and his heading is fantastic. Again, not sure about the stats, but I think his heading accuracy is 77. He is so solid in the air. He barely ever gets beat in the air. His aerial prowess is fantastic. Really accurate with the headers as well, so he doesn't just win the headers, but he puts them on target, and more often than not he will find the back of the net as well. So he was a great player to cross to, and just a very, very solid striker to have. And of course, when you have a really big, strong, tall centre back, you want to have a pacey striker. You want to have a pacey striker to link up with him, and that's why I used Arona Kone for the final player in this team, an Altidore strike partner. Very pacey, 86 pace. Of course, another player that plays for Everton, 86 pace, 4-star skills. Just in general, a really solid player. His finishing was fantastic. Sometimes you buy strikers who've got a lot of pace, yet their finishing is a little bit subpar. But Kone's finishing was just as accurate as his pace, and that was he was always finding the target. That's the best thing to sum Kone up. He was always finding the target, and you see him when he gets clear here. He does not get caught up by any defender. Alaba's got some decent pace, but he was never going to outmuscle Kone or catch up to him there. He's got so much pace. He's got a fantastic finishing stat. In general, he is just an awesome striker to use. So the team in general was a really, really solid side. It is a BPL non-rare side, of course, and I know you can have different players in those positions that you may prefer, so if you want to fiddle around with it, you can do so. But the side cost me around 16,650 coins. Of course, on different consoles it would differ, but that's how much it cost me, and of course with chemistry styles it would differ as well, but that's how much it cost me. The team is definitely worth picking up. You've got that many coins. Maybe as a backup side, not as your first side, but maybe as a backup side. Really solid team to pick up, and I'll definitely advise it for anyone who has got that amount of coins. But as always guys, a big thank you for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you have, please leave a like. There'll be a link to my FUT head squad in the description below, and a new episode of Career Mode will be uploaded to this evening, so look forward to that. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, and I'll see you for the next video later on this evening.